Hey guys, this is Aaron. This week we have a video coming out from Basecamp from the presentation of Rodrigo Cerci, better known to the interwebiverse as Big O or Big O89. Rodrigo is a low poly modeler and he uses SketchUp to create things like what you see on the screen right here. Really cool models, and his presentation goes into how he does this, how he stores and creates his content, how he compiles it, puts it together. Really good presentation. I'm not going to take much more away from that though. I just wanted to kick it off with this image to show, just look how cool this is. And this is all, again, this is all SketchUp stuff. All these pieces are just SketchUp groups. He does an awesome job with it, and you'll have to see his video to dive in more than this. What I want to look at is one of his characters. So a big portion of his presentation, you'll see, is about these characters. So he actually has a base model that he works with to create these guys. So I want to look into actually one of these and maybe do a little bit of posing, a little bit of positioning, and you can kind of see how that works, because he had some cool tips on how he goes about, he creates his characters in such a way that he can, with just basic tools, position them, move them real quick and easy. A lot of thinking went into it. And disclaimer right now before we go any further, this is not my model. This is Rodrigo's model. So please don't come up and ask, hey, can you share that model? Can you put it on Warehouse? Can I have that model? Because no, it is not mine to give. I'm just borrowing it from Rodrigo to show this couple sets of tips. This is his. In fact, as soon as I'm done, I'll probably delete this file and then format my hard drive and then light my laptop on fire, because I would hate for this to get out. So in short, no, I will not share this file. So thank you for asking. Rodrigo should take those requests as a compliment, but I won't be sharing this file with anyone. So having said all that, having threatened my computer, let's hop in here. So Rodrigo creates these models with groups, and I could probably spend the entire video just talking about groups, but we've done that before. So some of the things I want to look at are things like his joints. So he created these joints so they're real quick and easy to position. But his this particular model, the Stormtrooper model, has a lot of geometry on here that I might want to hide in order to pose this a little easier. So what I did was I jumped in here into this model, and I actually created a couple different layers. So I created an armor layer and a trooper layer. So if I turn the armor layer off, the pieces that go on top of this base geometry are turned off. So this is kind of nice, because what I really want to do is just position these limbs and not have to worry about those pieces on top. So because they are grouped, they're actually grouped and subgrouped. So if I look at like this forearm piece, and we'll come up here to view, component edit, and hide the rest of the model. So now we're just looking at instances of this forearm. You can see that inside this group, there's actually three other groups. So there's these two pieces that are the underside part of the forearm, and then this piece of armor. So that exists inside the group. So when I come in here and turn the armor layer off, all that's doing is hiding the piece that is the armor. This group, this bigger group, still includes the two forearm pieces, which are on the base trooper layer, and the armor piece that's on the that is inside this group as well. So when I do something like move, here I'm just going to do something ridiculous and move this over here, I can see that my armor, even though it's invisible, goes along with it because it's nested inside that group. That's really important as I go through here and start positioning these pieces. So what I want to do is I want to move it down so he's just kind of holding his blaster, aiming at the ground rather than holding it up like this. What I can do in that case is select this piece and then any pieces after that, his hand and the blaster like that, and then check out the way that Rodrigo sets this up. So his upper arm here has a little line across it. The center of that line is where the end, if I turn on X-ray, I can see, is where the end of this intersects. So right here at this point, that's the middle of this arm meeting the middle of this piece of arm. So that means if I want to straighten his arm out, all I have to do is use rotate right here on this point, and then I can actually just take it and swing it around however I want. One of the things that Rodrigo also talked about in his class is these facets. So he is low poly, so he likes things like facets, but one of the things he actually does is he uses this to control those turns. So he actually has these facets 1, 2, 3, 4 on a sphere, or I'm sorry, on a half circle. He has 4 sides because he finds that this is a nice, easy spot to snap to for this when positioning. All right, so I did that. Maybe we'll also grab this upper arm and then we'll rotate that as well. This one I'll rotate from above. So I'm just going to come in here and hit my up arrow to snap to the blue axes and just turn that out so it's more in plane with his body. So it looks like he's walking and talking and gesturing with someone, but if I turn my armor back on, it looks pretty cool. An easy way to do that. So that's not something you can only use for characters, but anytime you have components, something with a lot of different pieces, keep in mind how you group them and layer them, because you can connect that to visibility and make it real easy to hide certain pieces. You can do some of that with hiding components, that sort of thing, but then you lose that ability to move things that are turned off. So just something to keep in mind, and do check out Rodrigo's video later on this week, because it's going to have some great tips. That's just the tip of the iceberg with the stuff that he has. Even if you don't do something like this, if you don't create characters or anything like that, still worth checking out. A lot of good information in there. So hopefully you like that. It was a little different than what we would normally do, but if it works for you, if it helped you out, give us a like. If you want to see more videos like this, do subscribe. And if you have any ideas for things that you think would make good skill builders, leave a comment down below. Like making these videos, but like making them a lot more when there's something that you want to see. Thank you.